Ladies and gentlemen, here is the moment you've all been waiting for. On the first place, with a total of 7 points, we have...
First, let's try to get a realistic picture of an animal. I start with the prompt action shot of an elephant in the style of National Geographic. And as you can see, Dall-E 3 looks weird, not really realistic at all. Midjourney definitely looks better. Firefly looks okay, but this leg doesn't look healthy. I don't think that's anatomically correct. Or do elephants have legs made out of rubber? And Leonardo's elephant just has 3 legs? Maybe it was injured at one point? So comparing them all with one another, I give the first place and 2 points to Midjourney. Second place I would give to Firefly here, because even though this leg really doesn't look right to me, it's still the second best when it comes to realism. Maybe we can just say it's broken? I know you can adjust a lot when it comes to Leonardo and the other image generators, but for this video I will just compare the plain prompts without making any manual adjustments to the settings. So let's look at the next image, which is a realistic landscape photo. The prompt is photo of a beautiful fjord landscape during golden hour. Cinematic, very detailed.
So let's quickly paste that into all the different image generators. One disadvantage that Dall-E 3 has is that it only creates one image, so I'll choose that one. And then let's look at Midjourney. I think I'll choose I'll choose the third one over here. Firefly, Firefly looks a little bit basic. I'll choose the third one. And let's go to Leonardo, and over here I'll choose the second one. Alright, looking at them against each other, I would say Dall-E 3 doesn't look realistic necessarily. Midjourney looks pretty good. Firefly is a bit basic. Leonardo isn't that bad at all, so I would give the first place to Midjourney again, and the second place to Leonardo here, because Firefly is a bit too basic.
When we have gone through the different picture categories, at the end we'll also look at the categories ease of use and pricing. But for now, let's continue with the different pictures, and the categories we will look at are realistic person portrait, realistic object, realistic food, a very simple 1 or 2 word prompt, futuristic cyberpunk art, minimalistic logo creation, creating text in the image, abstract art, watercolor style art, and how closely the image generator follows the relatively complex prompt. So let's get moving with a realistic person portrait and the prompt.
Realistic portrait photo of a cute woman with a beautiful face and red hair. Cute smile from shoulders up. Here we go with Dall-E 3, and I wouldn't call that necessarily realistic. Alright, let's move on to Midjourney. And which one do I choose here? They all look pretty good, but I think I'll go with the third one here. Alright, Firefly is very good when it comes to people. I think I'll go with the second one here. And Leonardo definitely failed from shoulders up. They all look pretty similar, so I'll just go with, let's see, the second one. And if we look at them side by side, Dall-E 3 is definitely out, not realistic at all. I would give the first place here to Firefly. Firefly is very good when it comes to creating people, I think. And then second place I would give to Midjourney. Good, let's move on with a realistic photo of an object. For that we use a prompt photo of an old camera and travel maps. Very detailed, realistic colors and shadows. And let's see how that looks like. Alright, here we go. Dall-E 3 doesn't look that bad. Let's see how Midjourney looks like. Okay, doesn't look that bad, but all the pictures have something weird going on there. I'll choose the second one here with a tiny notebook at the side. Oh, that's ridiculous. This is, by the way, the last time that I show you the different options. After that I'll just show you the prompt that I used, and then I show you the picture that I've chosen to make it faster. So you'll just have to trust that I choose the best one of the 4 or 3. But moving on to Firefly here, I think I'll choose the second one here. And Leonardo, oh, I think these are easily the worst. I'll choose the third one. Okay, comparing them with one another, I say I give the first place here to Dall-E 3. I think that looks best, most realistic I would say. I cannot give second place to Midjourney because of this tiny notebook that you can see there. I mean, it's hilarious, but what the hell, why is that there? So I'll give the second place to Firefly over here, I think. Good, and then we move on to a realistic food picture. Photo of freshly baked bread right out of the oven. Served with cheese and wine. Realistic, delicious, very detailed. Alright, this is not about prompt accuracy, but about the realism of it, but still Midjourney and Firefly did forget about the cheese. So when it comes to realism, I would say Dall-E 3 is probably the worst, but then it gets tough. I would say I would give the first place here to Leonardo and the second place to Firefly. Midjourney is slightly, just a little tiny bit off, I don't know, but I have the feeling it's not fully correct. I personally think Firefly and Leonardo seem better. Like Leonardo won and Firefly still a bit better than Midjourney. What do you think? Which bread would you grab and eat first? Let me know in the comments and we'll move on with the next prompt. A man! So this one is just a very simple prompt and I want to see what the different image generators do with something like that. So let's have a look. Alright, I would say Firefly looks the most realistic, but my intention with this prompt was not realism, but just seeing what they do with this prompt and which one creates the best image. And I would say the best image here, this is tough between Midjourney and Leonardo. Dall-E 3 is like, yeah, okay, and Firefly is the most realistic but also very basic. So I would say, just out of personal preference, I would give the first place here to Midjourney and second place to Leonardo. And now let's look at futuristic cyberpunk art with the prompt illustration of a futuristic cyberpunk city, cyberpunk gadgets and technology, intense colors, very detailed. And I would say I like Midjourney the most here. Leonardo created a person in a city, not really sure about that. Firefly looks a little bit not too bad, but also not too good. And Dall-E 3 is, well, it's definitely more bright, futuristic, whereas Midjourney looks from the color style here a bit more, I would say maybe dystopian. So, which I really like, so Midjourney gets 2 points and Dall-E 3 1 point. Moving on, let's look at a minimalistic logo for a coffee shop. Or should I rather say cafe? Anyway, let's look at the pictures. Dall-E 3 definitely looks not bad here, already putting up some text with coffee shop. Midjourney looks very good, I like that a lot. Firefly is a bit too much for me when it comes to minimalistic logo, like this is not minimalistic for me. Leonardo already putting up some text here, what's that? Ça préparé! Alright, let's forget about that, but overall I really don't like Leonardo that much. I would give the 2 points here to Midjourney, definitely I like that logo the most. It looks better than the one from Dall-E 3, but Dall-E 3 gets 1 point here, and Firefly is just too much for me when it comes to minimalistic. Good, we already got a taste from Dall-E 3, but let's now move on to text. Let's make a person holding a sign that says, like this video. And seriously, I would highly appreciate if you could like this video. Now, as expected, this one clearly goes to Dall-E 3 because it came up with the right words, the right text. That's not always the case, but Dall-E 3 is pretty consistent with coming up with the right text. Now, I don't know what Leonardo does down there, but that's definitely not real letters. Midjourney at least has real letters, even real words, there's a like in there, but I would give second place to Firefly here, because we got the like, we got a very realistic person, and it just seems, yeah, a bit more sophisticated than Midjourney. Now let's look at unique and interesting abstract art, geometrical, vibrant neon colors. Okay, I don't like Dall-E 3 here, I don't like that. I think Midjourney gets first place here, I like that a lot. And Firefly and Leonardo, I'm really torn between them. This is like personal preference. I think I will give half a point to Leonardo and half a point to Firefly here for a tight second place. Now let's look at a watercolor painting with the prompt watercolor painting of a beautiful Japanese landscape, dojo, lake, beautiful nature. I have to say this is the toughest one so far, man, I don't know. I think Firefly is the worst, so Firefly is out. But then I really like Dall-E 3, but I also really like Midjourney, and Leonardo isn't bad either. I think what I'm going to do is I make it a tight first place between Dall-E 3 and Midjourney and give both 1 point and half a point to Leonardo as second place. And now let's look at how closely different image generators follow the prompt. Girl with green hair and a robot dog bantering with a robot hologram. Futuristic high-tech city, holographic marketplace background full of people and robots. Alright, Dall-E 3 is definitely the clear winner here. There's a cute little robot dog at the side, girl with green hair, a robot hologram, a futuristic high-tech city in the background. Looks maybe a little bit like a marketplace, I'm not sure about that, but we can let that slide. Midjourney, I'm not sure about that. This doesn't look like robot dogs. It also doesn't look like a futuristic city in the background, more like a dystopian city. Firefly, the fingers, like the hand. I'm really unhappy about the hand because it's just 3 fingers. But let's just say it's a mutant. I really don't like the art of Leonardo. I think it got a it just looks very bad, incomplete here. So I'll have to give first place obviously to Dall-E 3. And I will give second place to Firefly over here, even though the girl only has 3 fingers. When it comes to the ease of use, Dall-E 3 is probably unbeatable because you can just tell ChatGPT what to do and it's basically the simplest user interface you can imagine. For example, now I can just say, okay, now the same picture but make the girl's hair red. And you just talk to ChatGPT and create new pictures like that. So that user interface is very beginner friendly. Not the same, but the same style. Midjourney's user interface, well, is in Discord, so that makes it a little bit weird. I wouldn't say it's the worst, like you have a lot of stuff to do down here, but it's very clear what it does. And then you have a lot of commands like blend, for example, and other things that you need to figure out when you get started. But in the end, if you just type /imagine and then just type something in, whatever, a picture, you almost always get something good that looks beautiful. So I wouldn't say it's the worst user interface because Midjourney is just a very powerful image generator and easily creates very good pictures. But if you really want to get the best out of Midjourney, there are quite a few nuances that are not beginner friendly at all. But I mean, look at that, just from the command, whatever, a picture. Now, when it comes to Firefly, you have a lot of different things that you can hear, like generative fill, text effects, and other stuff. We just use text to image. So let's click on here and then you can just type in whatever you want. So let's just say photo of a woman with bright yellow hair. And Firefly basically chooses automatically what kind of settings would be best for the picture that you create. You can also manually change anything down here. And I would say it's more user-friendly, beginner-friendly than Midjourney because you can just click on it and don't have to learn any Discord commands. But if you want to go really in depth with advanced settings, photo settings down here, there's a lot of nuances that you can figure out. So better than Midjourney, I would say, and relatively beginner-friendly if you just stay on the surface and just use the very obvious commands and settings that you can choose here. Now, when it comes to Leonardo, I would say Leonardo has the worst interface when it comes to beginners because you can just do too many things over here. Like you have different models that you can choose for different kinds of prompts, and you can add negative prompts, other elements. Over to the side here, you have 1,000 different settings that you can adjust and play with. And especially if you get Leonardo Pro, this is even more. So I would say if you just want to type something in, you can create good pictures with Leonardo, but to really get the best out of it, that's kind of a little bit of studying to do on your part. So I would say Leonardo is the worst when it comes to the user interface. Even though if you put your mind to it, you can create amazing pictures.
So I will give first place and 2 points to Dall-E 3, and then I will give 1 point to Firefly here. Now let's move on and look at the pricing.
When it comes to Dall-E 3, the subscription is $20 a month. Of course, with that, you don't just get Dall-E 3, but all of what comes with ChatGPT Plus. But unfortunately, as of right now, as of this moment in December 2023, the subscriptions are paused, so you cannot even get it. You can use Dall-E 3 for free with Bing Image Creator, but you don't have this amazing user interface. So yeah, $20 a month for Dall-E 3. When it comes to Midjourney, it's $10 a month, and for that you get roughly 200 image generations. I think it's a lot more. I would say it's more like 250 till 300, but this is what you get for $10 a month. If you want unlimited generations with Midjourney, you need a $30 a month plan. You still have limited fast hours, 15 limited fast hours, but you have unlimited relaxed generations. But I would say for most people, the $10 a month plan is probably enough. When it comes to Firefly, Firefly is completely for free. If you want to get rid of the watermarks in your pictures, you need to pay €5.50. I think that's around about $6 a month. Now they say you get 100 generative credits. That's probably for the pictures without watermark, because I am not aware of any credits when you use Firefly for free. Maybe I haven't used it enough, but if there's a credit limit for free users, it's definitely hard to reach because I didn't ever exceed that. With Leonardo, you get 150 free credits every day. So that's daily 150 free credits. I have 66 left. And that is round about 32 up to 150 image generations. Because if you do different things, it costs more credits. As you see here, if I use Leonardo Diffusion with 2 images and Prompt Magic, it costs me 11 credits. If I toggle off Prompt Magic, it's only 5. And if I use another model, let's say Dream Shaper, I only cost me 2 credits for 2 generations. Now if you want to upgrade that, let's go to monthly here. It's $12 a month for 8,500 credits, 8,500 tokens. That is plenty. 25,000 for $30 a month. Remember, if you upgrade it, you also get a lot of new features, but you also need to know how to use these features. So I like to use it for free, but upgrade for $12 a month.
Alright, here's the overview in dollars per month, and I'll have to give the first place here to Leonardo, because you get 150 free credits every day. And then the second place goes to Firefly, because first of all it's only $6 a month, and you can create images with Firefly for free. You just then have the watermark, but it's still free.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the moment you've all been waiting for. On the first place with a total of 7 points we have Leonardo. On the third place with a total of 9.5 points we have Firefly. On the second place with a total of 11 points we have Dall-E 3. And the winner of today with a total of 14 points on the first place is Midjourney.
Alright, thank you, announcer Philip. Now, I personally like Midjourney the most. I use it the most often, but Dall-E 3 comes really close. And when Dall-E 3 can create realistic looking people at one point, or much more realistic than they are looking at the moment, I think Dall-E 3 will really give Midjourney a run for its money. Now, maybe you have noticed that this picture from the thumbnail, if it still is the thumbnail, is not the same picture that I created here in this video with Dall-E 3. That's because if you know how, you can adjust the pictures with Dall-E 3 and make them quite a bit better. I'll show you exactly how to do that in the video right over there.
I am looking forward to seeing you in the next video!